Yes guys, new video inbound. We are heading back to Dubai today. I'll explain why, the reasons that we're going back a little bit earlier later on in the video, but as you can see, just in the hotel gym at the moment, actually in Lisbon, because we're flying from Lisbon to Dubai at 2 p.m. today. So it's 8:40 now, gonna get a quick workout in. I've got a full body training session today. Let me put the camera down. So yeah, full body training session. As you can see, there's not much equipment in here. We've got dumbbells up to 20. We've got a Smith machine with a good bit of weight. So I'm gonna adapt a few things. But I like to do this every now and again because a lot of the clients that I work with, they travel loads for work. They're always staying in hotels and things like that. So it's good to kind of like remind myself and think of new exercise variations. So I'm gonna get this session done. I'll film a little bit of it, but not too much. But basically this vlog is just gonna document the travel and our trip back to Dubai. We've got an Airbnb booked for tomorrow for a week, and we're going to be viewing apartments as well. We've got, I think, 5 or 6 viewings set up tomorrow, Saturday, so I'm definitely going to video some of that. So a bit of a different vlog today, less of a fitness focus, more of a kind of like travel-y lifestyle focus, but I'll run over as well kind of like the process of getting a new apartment in Dubai, because I remember when I moved to Dubai, well, when I was thinking of doing it probably 4.5 years ago, I used to watch a few people on YouTube to kind of find out how to do that, and I actually found it really interesting because it's a little bit different to how you do things in the UK. But anyway, gonna get the session done, get breakfast in the hotel, got a few check-ins to do, then we're going to the airport. So that is the training session done, nice and sweaty as you can see, got a good pump, feeling a little bit watery as we went out for all you can eat sushi last night. Always going to retain a little bit of water after that, just down to loads of carbs and loads of sodium. But I wanted to run you over the substitutions that I made for this training session, because obviously I don't have access to many machines, as much bits of equipment, or nearly as much weight. So usual warm-up stuff was absolutely fine, calf raises fine. I did weighted chin-ups instead of, I think it was meant to be a heavy lat pull down that was programmed, that was fine. Then I did a tricep of single leg dumbbell RDL to replace trap bar deadlift, because obviously I don't have a trap bar here. Not many gyms have a trap bar, to be honest. Supersetted with split squats, and then did a couch stretch in between just to open up my hips prior to the flight. Single arm dumbbell press, single arm inverted row, which you probably don't know, but it's a pretty challenging one. Then an arm superset at the end with a little bit more kind of isolation work for the calves. But yeah, decent session overall, got a good pump, high intensity, good sweat on, shower, breakfast, head to the airport, check in later. Very, very small person ahead. This week we've got more consistent weigh-ins, which is a good sign, because if we look back at your body weight a few weeks ago, it was fluctuating a lot for whatever reason. The fact that you are maintaining kind of like the mid to lower 83s is definitely a good sign there. And often, you know, when you change someone's targets, whether that is changing their nutrition, changing the steps, changing the cardio, sometimes you'll see quite a fast response, and often that's a big drop in body weight, and then the body weight kind of flatlines. So what I'm trying to say is, just because you haven't seen too much movement on the scale this week, it doesn't mean things are going well. You know, I've had periods of time where my body weight is stable, it's actually gone up a little bit, but visually I look a lot better, and that's why it's really important that you get those progress photos in. One, so that we can actually review your progress, but two, it just holds you accountable to the process of the coaching, especially with you going away. The biggest thing that I'm going to press on you is, without sounding cliche, doing what we can, like trying to get the steps in, getting the runs in, the bodyweight training, changing things for gyms and stuff like that. But I do still want you to be with me. I do still want you to be in the habit of getting the progress photos in, because then when you get back, it's very easy to just slide back into your routine. The biggest issue if you do go away, especially if there's going to be trips like that with your drinking, is just completely off, because that's where you do go backwards. So what I'm trying to say, like, try and keep up with as much of the program as you can. And again, I've said it before, like, the visuals tell the best story for a client like you. So if you can get some in this weekend, that would be really good for me. Say hey. You're going to be seen by me.
Make a video?
Yeah. Huge YouTube channel.
Where are you from?
We live in Dubai.
Sorry?
In Dubai?
Dubai,
Yeah, we're flying back to Dubai today. Yeah.
I went to Dubai.
Where?
Yeah, maybe 2017.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What was it like? Did you like it?
Yes, it's good. Dubai, it's nice.
It's very hot.
Yeah.
Very hot.
Blistering hot, not very hot.
Yeah. But yeah, 2 things from this morning. Hotel workout, you can make it work, it's not ideal, but a lot of my clients do stay in hotels a lot, so we have to adapt things. And the breakfast as well. What did you eat for breakfast? What was the strategy behind that?
Eggs. They're the same as what I usually eat.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Just try and eat the same things wherever you are. It'll change a little bit, but we've got the flight at 2 p.m. and realistically the food is okay. You usually get a decent protein source on Emirates. You usually get a chicken rice, I'll have that. They usually give you lots of sweet treats which aren't very nice, so we'll avoid that. So big high protein breakfast with some fruit and some bread, so we're fueled up. I only actually had one of the pancakes, they were okay. And then we got a couple of protein bars for the flight as well, and I'll probably get some fruit and that'll be it really, so you don't have to eat shit. Princess was complaining about how her legs were sore, and then Bossman came to the rescue. Alright guys, update time. It's super hot, 35 degrees. I am sitting in the shade, obviously. I did film this yesterday, but then I realised it's too loud out here without the mic. So anyway, I think the last clip that we showed, we were going through the airport. Luckily managed to get hitch a bit of a ride basically with a guy that helped us take all our baggage. But yeah, got in at I think 2 a.m. Saturday morning. It's Sunday now, so we had 3 viewings lined up yesterday. So I wanted to kind of run over how we basically got the apartment. We secured our favourite one, which is amazing, and just to run over kind of how you go about actually getting an apartment in Dubai, because I think a lot of people get confused with that. But yeah, we booked 5 viewings, 2 actually went before we even got back to Dubai, so we only had 3. The first one that we viewed was actually quite close to the Airbnb that we're staying in now. The area that we have chosen to live in is called Creek Harbour, so if you know Dubai, you'll know where that is. It's located near the airport. The reason that we chose this area is I stayed here for a brief bit of time last summer and I loved it just because 2 main reasons really. Very little construction compared to a lot of the other places in Dubai. I've lived in some great apartments, but those locations kind of really let themselves down because there was so much construction. And 2, it's definitely more peaceful and quiet than other places that me and Liv have stayed in the past. I lived on Emaar beachfront earlier this year, and again it was amazing, but just the traffic to get anywhere in Dubai basically off the island that is located on was an absolute nightmare. So yeah, we chose it because little construction and very peaceful environment, and 3, it's actually more affordable than a lot of other areas because it's actually a little bit further out, but it's actually closer to the airport and downtown, which I think we prefer anyway. I think that's the better side of Dubai in my opinion. But yeah, we viewed somewhere, I'd say a more affordable option. Might as well just share the price. I think it was 160,000 dirhams, and we managed to negotiate 6 checks on all of the viewings. We liked it, but it didn't have the best view. I'll insert some clips as we go. So here.
Anyways, yeah, she's trying to move over and she's taking herself most of the time.
Yeah. But yeah, beautifully furnished. No one had lived in it before, but I just thought we could do a little bit better, to be honest. And there's amazing deals going around at the moment because of everything that happened with the war in Iran. That has brought the prices down massively in the rental market, and because it's summer now, you generally get a really good deal anyway. So then we viewed the second one, which again I'll show here. This building is bougie. Whoa.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually the one that we ended up going for, and I honestly could not have been any happier with it, to be honest. And Liv loves it as well, which is obviously super important. There's not any downsides to it, but we are removing some of the furniture because it's like there's some yellow cushions in there that are horrible, but that's literally the only kind of like bad thing about it. And I'll get onto the arrangement of that in a second. And we viewed a third one. Nice building, amazing view of the skyline, but it just didn't hit for me. I think once we'd seen the one that we liked, I just knew that we weren't going to live anywhere else. So yeah, we only viewed 3, but in the past I've only ever viewed 1 apartment. I always went for the first one, but I'm so glad that we've gone for this one. The main things that sold it for us: one, it's in the best building in this area, and we managed to negotiate a ridiculously affordable deal for that building. It probably would have been thousands of pounds more last year. So again, people will probably look at that and think it's ridiculously expensive, but it's actually not. And because we're sharing an apartment now, I'm actually paying significantly less than I have done in the last few years, which is obviously great. But yeah, 2 bedrooms, one of which is going to be my office, which I can't wait for. There is a balcony in the main room, which you will see in the videos. There's also a balcony off the bedroom, which is great. Lovely walk-in wardrobe in the main bedroom with an ensuite, and then there's another bathroom as well. So yeah, honestly couldn't be happy with this. And this is in the Grand building, which is the biggest one in the creek, and the apartment is amazing, but the amenities are on another level because it's such a huge building. There's 60 floors, and I think most of the buildings here are between 30 and 40, so there's obviously just a lot more people in the building. So the gym is much bigger than other places that we viewed. The pool is huge, and there's actually 2 tennis courts on the roof, which is just ridiculous. I'll insert a video or a photo of that. So yeah, honestly could not be happier. In terms of the process of how you do it, obviously we got in touch with an agent through one of my fitness clients. I think it's always good to go with someone who you know, or someone who they know, just so you know they're kind of like a trusted advisor. We set up viewings with her. Once you like the apartment and you want to, like, I guess, apply for it, we obviously knew the price prior to viewing. We managed to negotiate more checks, because the way it works in Dubai is you don't just pay monthly, you secure the unit for a year, which is obviously 12 months. And previously a lot of landlords would want 1 check, 2 checks, or 3 checks. Now they are more flexible with 4 or 6. We managed to get 6, which is great, because obviously it means that we spread the cost of the entire apartment over 6 installments instead of 1 or 2 or 3. So from a cash flow perspective, it's great. The total price of the unit was 180, and the way it works is, because it's furnished, you have to put down a 10% deposit. If it was unfurnished, it would be 5%, and then so it's 10% deposit because it's furnished to the landlord as a security deposit, and then a 5% fee plus VAT, which is 5% again, as a fee to the agent for securing the unit. And then we paid the first check, and then we won't pay again for another couple of months. So yes, it's expensive, but to be honest, you would not get anywhere like that in Dubai, like for that value last year. And if you compare it to other major cities like London, you know, it's probably a similar price to a very, very small apartment. Obviously we get the pool and everything like that, and if you compared it to somewhere like New York, it's probably like half the price of what you would pay, if not like a third of the price for somewhere similar. So we're super happy with that. We viewed it Saturday, it's Sunday now. We got the keys today. We can move in probably tomorrow. The only thing we're waiting for is for them to remove one of the beds, because I'm going to turn that into my office. And then the only next steps is basically switch over the Ajari, which basically is a formal confirmation that it's our apartment now. Then we get the electricity set up, then the gas, then the Wi-Fi, all that sort of stuff. So we've got an Airbnb for a week, but I'm probably going to head over there tomorrow and work from there. So yeah, super happy. If I haven't inserted all the clips yet, I will do so now, and I'll probably round this video off soon, but I'm going to document a little bit of us kind of like moving stuff across tomorrow. Yes guys, what's happening? just catching some rays at the new pool, at the new place. I'll show you now. So obviously we've got the infinity pool. The building is there. Massive building, it's like 65 floors, it's huge. Straight onto the creek. It's really nice as well because it gets a good breeze, a good bit of wind here. So yeah, I'm going to keep this clip relatively short because it's so hot. I think my phone is going to overheat probably within the next 5 minutes. But the next video that I'm going to make is going to be like a full tour of the apartment when it's all sorted, when we've had the bits of furniture that we don't want removed by the landlord, when I've finished my office and things like that. But what I'll do is I think I'm going to go up to the apartment after this. I'll give you a little bit of a walkthrough there of how it's looking at the moment, but honestly could not be happy with it. I'm in love with it, just the actual apartment and just the facilities at the place is amazing. And as I said earlier on in the video, the best bit about it is I'm paying the least amount of money for rent that I have in the last probably 3 years. So it's great, but I thought I'd just touch on like work routine at the moment. So Monday today, first proper week back in Dubai, and I spent about half an hour last night, Sunday, mapping out my week. If I'm honest, when we were away in Marbella in Portugal, because we were, you know, adjusting to like different time zones, obviously usually in Dubai where you're heavily ahead of the UK and the US. Portugal was the same time zone as the UK, so didn't really have the best routine and structure over there. Like still got everything done, like obviously still worked super hard, got all my training in, but I just basically rewrote my Google Calendar last night and just tried to like build myself a week that obviously allows me to get everything done that I need to do from a training and work standpoint, but also that I enjoy as well, hence being at the pool at lunchtime. So basically it's a pretty similar structure. I might delve into it in the next couple of videos. I might actually make a separate video on it, but basically training first thing in the morning between 6 and 8 a.m, which I've never actually done before. Like obviously sometimes I would run in the morning, but I usually had trained in the afternoon, which is good because you get obviously a couple of meals in the system and generally performance is good. But I just found that like on busier days of work like today, I'm doing loads of check-ins, I've got calls. If I'm going to the gym in the afternoon, I'm rushing to get home, I'm stressing out, I'm not really enjoying it. Whereas today I got up at 6, I had a coffee, I walked across to the gym, and I spent probably 75 minutes in the gym, not rushing whatsoever. There was no urgent messages on my phone that I needed to get back to. I had a really good productive leg session, and then I spent 15 minutes walking on the treadmill replying to some clients. That's going to be my routine, is get up, I've got 2 hours to get to the gym, train, have coffee, then I will walk for between 20 and 30 minutes, reply to clients because I usually have a few messages from the night before, and then I have about 45 minutes to an hour to get a shower, have breakfast, and then I'm straight into check-ins. That's what I did today. I did check-ins from 9:15 until 12:15. Then I came across here and I'm just relaxing for just under 2 hours, but this obviously includes lunch, a shower as well, and then I'm back into work at 2 o'clock for probably the next 5 hours. And basically I open my calendar for calls from 2 to 3 p.m. depending on the day, so clients could book in for calls, consultation calls, calls with my team from 3 p.m. onwards, and that means that basically I can get a lot of work done and some relaxing done and my training done earlier on in the day. So I'm going to roll with this routine. I'm going to see how it goes. The issue for me previously was that I used to open my calendar for client calls and consultation calls early in the morning. Then I have people book in at like 6 a.m. But to be honest, I don't think I need to do that. If I need to open it every now and again, I will do that. But this is the routine, basically training, work in the morning, bit of downtime at lunch, reset, and then go again. And I'll be clearing all my client messages at around 7:30 p.m. tonight, so try and switch off absolute latest by 8:30. Again, I'll have to take the occasional late call for consultation calls and things like that, but I think this is going to work well. And if I'm honest, like I'm good at managing a lot and getting everything done, but I don't feel like I've ever had one perfect routine that I've really loved, so hopefully this is going to be the time to do that. But yeah, gonna round things off here. But lastly, just wanted to touch on training, body composition, things like that. Similar to what I was saying about work, a lot more flexibility when we were away, probably eating out 3 to 4 times a week, drinking probably on average once every 10 days. Held really good condition, to be fair, because obviously I train a lot and I still eat really, really clean outside of eating out. But I'm going to run a short, sharp fat loss phase for the next probably 3 to 4 weeks where I just pull calories down lower than usual, strip off probably a couple of kg of body fat, and then just maintain there. I just want to be looking pretty sharp, to be honest. And to be honest as well, I think I'll pick up a lot of clients in this building because I already have been speaking to some people in the gym. And I think if you are in great shape and like in better shape than anyone else, then people always come to you and ask you things about training. So it's quite a good way to network. But yeah, I'm feeling good. As I say, I'm going to go up there after the pool. I'll give you a little bit of a walk around, and then I'm going to do a full video on the apartment, how I set my office up, and then I'll do a full video in terms of my routine as well. Wow, it is seriously hot at the pool. Manage 45 minutes, that's all I can handle. But in the apartment now, so I'll give you a tour from the door. Okay, so literally walk in here. On the left, nice big kitchen. A lot of the apartments in Dubai, their kitchen's like half the size of that, so that is a big bonus. Obviously fridge, 6-seater table. We will definitely be getting rid of this, it's horrible. Nice big mirror, amazing sofa. I'm on 0.5x at the moment, but that shows you how big it is. It's absolutely massive. And when you sit back there, honestly, the room is huge. We are definitely gonna get rid of these red and yellow bits of furniture that the landlord had in. For whatever reason, I don't know why you would choose that. Again, that TV is massive. It's probably like 75 inches, which is great. We're gonna be getting rid of this because it doesn't really fit anywhere and it's a little bit scuffed there, but that is obviously because we got the apartment furnished. And then this is the money shot here. It looks very hazy because it is at the moment in Dubai. Like it's summer, and that's what you'll notice. The difference between winter and summer is the skies are kind of like more gray, less blue. So it does always kind of have that effect. But yeah, you come out here, camera might steam up a little bit. We've got 2 chairs and a table, which we'll probably keep. This came with the apartment, but Liv actually has one of these as well with some cushions on, so we're gonna have 2. We've got another balcony over there, and it's kind of like half facing water views. So obviously got the whole of the creek there. I was down there in the pool before, and you can see actually the 2 tennis courts, smaller one, full size one. We're staying in that building at the moment for the Airbnb. But yeah, that is Creek Harbour. It's the address there, if you know that. So yeah, honestly, could not be happier with this. It's obviously going to look much better once we get rid of everything that we are getting rid of. That is the main room. Yeah, it's huge, really, really is. Then on the right, we have the kind of main bathroom, like communal bathroom, really, really big shower, decent toilet, not too exciting. Then this is going to be my office. Ignore that bed, we're getting rid of that. But yeah, this is obviously a bedroom, which I am turning into the office. So I'm going to put all my stuff in there. Then I'm thinking of putting my desk, well, I'm going to get a standing desk, put it here. Get rid of all this. Well, we're actually going to put this bed in that bedroom because this bed is nicer. But obviously get rid of this is horrible. And yeah, this is why I want just a lovely view to work out of. I could put the desk there, but then I'm going to be staring at the wall, and that's not what I want. I want a nice, inspiring view. And what I'm probably going to get as well is a whiteboard that I'll probably put over there. And then that's it really. I'll have a yoga mat. I'll obviously have my chair, and I might get like a little sofa as well. I'm going to try and make this into a content room, get some lights so that I can basically just come in here and do short form content on the fly without having to set up and get a videographer. And then this is the bedroom. So nice walk-in wardrobe for Liv. Ensuite bathroom. Nice bath there. Not all the apartments in Dubai have baths, so that is quite a steal. Double sink, toilet. And then the bedroom, which is nice. Like it's a good size. It's not small, it's not massive, but it's all we need. So we're gonna get rid of this whole bed, get rid of that, put that bed in here. Chest of drawers, we've got another 70-inch TV we're gonna put on here because we do like to watch Netflix. It's kind of our guilty pleasure. And then we've got another balcony with the same view. A little bit smaller, but we're probably gonna get like a little outdoor proof sofa there. And we've got a mirror too. So yeah, it's such a good size. Like it's big, like loads of space. I can't wait to put my stuff in there. But yeah, honestly, can't really get over how big this space is. Like, it's really, really big, which is awesome. So yeah, that's the pad. I'm gonna round the video up here, and I will do a full video tour of the apartment when it is all sorted. See you later, catch you in the next one.